I'm going to be running through how to live in a motorhome during the winter and keep warm and not freeze your ass off. Right, so my diesel heater by far is the best thing ever since sliced bread. When I've done this video previous, I was using my Truma gas heating, which I was in Wales and it absolutely bombed in snow. And I was still toasty inside with that, but going through gas, you go through gas really quick. Gas is harder to get hold of these days. I'm not getting rid of it because I use it for my fridge and I like redundancy. I spoke about that, about getting rid of LPG in another video. My diesel heater is mainlined into my diesel tank. It sits right under here, right where I'm sitting. I know you can get diesel heaters that replace the Truma gas heaters. I mean, mine's just a cheap Chinese diesel heater, which is about 100, 120 quid. Yeah, with a turret plate to make sure it's all safe. I did lose a bit of space underneath the sofa for it, but my God, it is so toasty. I just have to put it on a little, about 15 degrees, 16 degrees, and it is still roasting hot. So diesel heaters are the best. They are the best. Next up on the list would be to check your seals on the doors of the cab, on your windows and roof vents. I did this a while back, and you can buy the extra weather sealing. So I put more of that all around my window at the top, so there's no gaps, so no drafts. Try and keep all drafts out. I've done some around my hab door, and then the two cab doors. It's really simple. It's just literally a sticky tape on the back. You just peel it off, stick it around the edges, and then yeah, just trim to size. Next one would be my thermal curtains. As you can see here, these are thermal curtains. They're blackout and thermal. The blinds come down, the curtains are shut, and just try to keep them a bit warmer. When it comes to the cab, I've got curtains that go around the cab. They're blackout thermal. And then I've got a drop down between the cab and the habitation area, because the cab is a cold area. I want to try and just heat my hab area. I don't want to heat that part as well because I'm not using that part. I haven't got swivel seats or anything like that, so I don't sit down there. I sit here, I do my kitchen there, and then I've got my bed up the top. So it splits the two areas off and keeps the heat nice and toasty inside the hab. Rugs and carpets, because the floor is cold. There's no doubt about that. The floor is cold. So I would put some rugs down. I've got carpet down. If you haven't got carpet down, then I'd put some, like a little rug down. Just keeps you off of the bare surface. And along with that, you want to use something like slippers or Crocs. If you're walking barefoot, or even in your socks, straight onto the cold floor, the heat's just going to get sucked straight out of you. These socks are like little duvets for your feet. Now, I bought these from B&M. I bought some more recently. 2.3 TOG rated socks. So they're like little duvets for your feet. So I whack them on. So if I am walking around barefoot, I say barefoot, not in slippers or Crocs. Like I said, I'm walking around in these in real cold conditions. A decent beanie available in the merch store. Shameless plug. No, obviously a lot of heat escapes you through your head, so if you're just on a normal day, you're doing some bits and bobs in the motorhome, you don't want to be blaring everything the diesel heater full time. And it's not cold, but it's not warm, and it's just got a little edge. Chuck a beanie on, something like that, you'll be fine. It's amazing how much they can hold the heat in. And yeah, like I say, shameless plug, they're in the link will be in the description below. This is a heated car seat. Now, you've seen these before, I'm sure. You can put them on the back of your seat in your car. You plug one end into 12 volt, and I usually plug it into my Ecoflow Mini. Because it's so small and compact and portable, I've actually taken this out and around the campfire. It will make a nice amount of heat and will make you lovely and toasty, which you can put under you or under a mattress. Now, when we was at the Overland show at the beginning of the year, Will, where's Will? Yeah, he didn't have heating in his van at the time, and he was cold, and he was whining like a little girl. So, me being me, I came to the rescue, and I could have watched him suffer. But I'm a nice guy. If you are in the motorhome and you want a little bit of more warmth, you could put this under your seat or on your seat and then sit on it. You could even put it under, like I say, under your sheet, and use it as a heat on your bed. There are electric blankets, but I love this, to be able to have it at the campfire. just sitting here. I could just sit on it and warm myself up, warm my back up. I can lay it under my bed. I can do anything with it, and it's just 12 volt. And it's beautiful heat. You guys know I work a lot with Ecoflow and how much I love their stuff. Their batteries are amazing. This is my Ecoflow Mini River Mini. They've got their whole new Series 2 coming out now. So they've got the River 2s coming out, and they've got the Delta 2s. I've just showed you the Delta 2 a couple of weeks back, and that was brilliant. It charges so much faster. It's lighter, and they've got the new battery chemistry, so it's going to be like 10 years worth of life, and they come with like a 5-year warranty anyway. They are getting better and better. Look out for their Black Friday sale, which is coming shortly, and you'll be able to grab yourself a bargain. Hot water bottles, this one nice and long. I can fill this up, and then I could lay it right in my bed before I'm going to go to bed at like 20 minutes, half hour before, or I could just have it sitting on my lap. It's, you know, it's nice and big. I can have it on me round my midsection if I really want. I can have it anywhere, you know. You can have it around your neck, and it's just lovely and warm. That's obvious. Come on, you're boiling the kettle, so you're making some, you know, make yourself a nice cup of tea, nice cup of hot chocolate or a coffee, whatever you want. But also, top tip, put some in a flask so you can have 2 or 3 hot chocolates, and you haven't got to wait for hot water. You haven't got to wait for anything. I know it's not long, but when you're cold and you want it, you get a bit grouchy, you get a bit sluggish. You just want to be warm. So make things easy for yourself. When I've got condensation on the windows, I use my trusty Karcher window vac. This thing's brilliant. I can go upside down, start, you know, somersaulting here, there, and everywhere, getting all that moisture straight off the windows. You don't have to wait to heat up the van. You don't have to use tissues or towels or squeegees or whatever. Just use that. This is a lifesaver, and you can also use it to clean stuff. So, like in my shower, I've got a massive mirror. Every now and again, I just wash it, and then I just squeegee it off. And then when there's water in the bottom of the shower, like in the shower tray, you can just use this just to get any excess water out, and then just pour it away. You know, you don't need water hanging around in your motorhome, whether it be condensation, your shower, or whatever it is. You don't want it in there. So yeah, get rid of it. And this is the perfect tool to do that. I think they're about 40 quid. You'll probably find one on sale soon over Christmas. There's a few versions, but yeah, definitely worth it. Whilst we're talking about moisture and damp and condensation, you need to check the backs of your cupboards and areas that you don't go to that often in the motorhome for damp and for moisture. I know John and Tash from Life Beyond Bricks, they use these little moisture collectors in the backs of the cupboards where your clothes are and things. So just regularly check places, and then if there is anything, then yeah, you're on top of it because you've checked it quite quickly. And on the same note of that, during the day when you're not freezing and it's not really, really cold and you're trying to heat up your motorhome, open the windows, open the doors, let some fresh air in, get some nice clean air in. You don't want to get stale air in here and moisture and all that. So it's nice to just flush it out when you're not trying to stay warm. Yeah, do that quite regularly. It keeps it nice and fresh. My water tank sits under here, so it's inside the motorhome. If it is going to be particularly cold and it starts freezing and gets in the minus numbers, I've never had my pipes freeze, touch wood. But what I do is I will leave the pump off and I'll leave all my taps open. So if there is any water, obviously there's water in the lines, if they tried to start freezing for any reason, which they shouldn't because I'm in and out of the motorhome so often and all my pipes are inside. So if they're frozen, then I'll be extra cold as well. Just on the off chance that they might, I open all the taps so then the water can start travelling up the pipe when it freezes because it expands. I think that's right. If you open the pipes, then water can splurt out for one and it can travel. So if you lock it in the pipe and then it expands when it's freezing, that's when you burst your pipes. As you can see, quite a lot of tips there. I'm thinking they're pretty good. I'd love to hear what you do to keep warm, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. No drafts.